When I walk up in the club and sing, everybody want to know my name. Yeah, here comes the glass road. Yeah, here comes the glass road.
In my last video that was after my court date, I mentioned that the alleged victim, which is the guy who threatened me with a gun and then lied about it, he claimed in court that I have been making threats against all humanity, like I'm threatening to kill everyone, and he claimed that he claimed that I said that I did a mass shooting. I don't know if he said that I took responsibility for a mass shooting or if he said that I did the mass shooting, but for me that's kind of the same thing. And the real question that I'm sure everyone's asking is, why did he lie? Because the DA's office lied first. And they said that I claimed that my brain can get hacked, which is true. And they said that I was bragging about how I knew I didn't have to do a competency evaluation in time and that I was purposely trying not to do my competency evaluation, which was a lie. And then the judge said, well, one condition of his bail is that he's not allowed to make threats. So has he been making any threats? And then that's when my neighbor lied. So this guy, not in my opinion, I am so certain that if you watch my videos, you don't think that I'm going to kill everyone. But that's what he said that I was saying, basically. He said I'm making threats against all humanity. And then he said that I was bragging about how I did a mass shooting. And in my opinion, if the judge was completely unaware of the situation and I was in his position, I would have said, okay, you violated your bail. You're going to the state hospital right now. I mean, seriously, because if I was saying that I'm going to kill everyone, then I would have violated my bail. I would be a dangerous person. And obviously I didn't. So all I'm saying is the situation in which the guy said that I was making threats against everyone was when the judge asked him, well, has he been making threats? And then the guy said, yes, he has. So all I'm saying is this guy purposely lied, which in my opinion means that he has no credibility. We cannot trust his opinion, which we couldn't trust his opinion before. And I knew that because he lied about threatening me with a gun. He said that maybe it was July 4th that he's talking about when I was with my kids. Salesmen always talk about their kids. It's part of being a salesman. It's like one of the rules. I don't know if any of you guys have studied sales, but you always want to talk about your kids. And so, I was with my kids and we were loading up the truck. That must have been when he thought that I was faking like I drew a gun. And it was actually July 5th. He walks straight out of his house. He walks to the edge of my yard. He fakes like he's drawing a gun. He turns around and pauses and shows me that he's wearing a Magnum Shooting Center shirt. He non-verbally threatened me with a gun. And I mean, so when he talked about this, me taking credit for a mass shooting, have I actually said that? Recently, what I said is that I think that the police or someone affiliated with the police were responsible for some mass shootings. And I never said that I was responsible ever. And but maybe he knew from a long time ago that the Gilroy Garlic Festival happened, where this guy shot up this festival and then but right before he shot up the festival, he posted about Baylor and Satanism. And maybe that guy wasn't affiliated with the police. Maybe he's someone that followed me a long time ago, back when I had 0 followers. Because you have to understand, like, this censorship has been going on for a long time. Like when we talk about how I have 3 views on my better videos, like when I post a good one, I got 3 views. Actually, I'm sure you guys were very excited about me having like 20 views or something like that on one of my videos. And you were like, wow, he actually got some views when he talks about marijuana, or when I talk about Bitcoin, I have a lot of views too. If I talk about anything else, no one cares. I'm sure you guys noticed that. Back in the day, I wasn't getting that many views at all. I was getting like 1 or 2 on all of them. And it doesn't matter. All I'm saying is this guy purposely lied. The DA's office purposely lied. In my opinion, that's going to be used in court, that they purposely lied. in order to try to stop this legal situation from continuing to go on. Personally, I think they should drop the charges because they know I didn't break the law. But they're going to say, oh, no, he thinks that his brain can get hacked. And I'll say, yeah, I do, because like it's actually been proven to me. But it doesn't mean that I have visual hallucinations. And if there's anything I know is this guy walked out of his house, faked like he was drawing a gun on me, turned around and showed me his Magnum shooting center shirt, and walked back in his house. He did nothing else while he was outside. No one else was outside. And so after I got out of jail for him, because I got I've been in jail twice for this guy threatening me with a gun. And after I got out of jail, what did he do again? He faked like he was drawing a gun on me again. Like he barely did it because his kids were outside. He knew I didn't have a gun, but he thought it was funny. Where he walked to the edge of my yard, faked like he was drawing a gun, and then he went back to doing whatever he was doing with his kids. He was just trying to taunt me. So this guy I'm sure he talks about his kids every time he does sales, right? Because he's a salesman. Yeah, I know I'm not allowed to talk about him. I'm not going to talk about him anymore. The good news is, like, I don't even think about that guy because I don't see him. I make sure that I don't see him because I don't want to be nervous around him because I know he has a gun, I don't. And I know what he did is he threatened me with a gun before. But I'm sure that the FBI is examining the situation, I hope. Even though the Inspector General has shown himself to be corrupt, hopefully the FBI is getting involved on a larger scale now because they know about the situation. And at some point, they're going to need to tell the truth.